What makes a perfect game? Well, I've broken this question into 3 key parts. Number 1 is the game's immersion. Number 2 is its replayability. And number 3 is the game's ability to impact the player's emotions. So with that out of the way, today I'll be deep diving into why Halo Reach is such a perfect game, and in my opinion, the best Halo ever created. Let's start with what makes Halo Reach more immersive than the other games part of the franchise. Halo Reach is set out on the planet Reach, where you are part of the Noble team. In this team of spawns, you have people you work alongside, who are Carter, Kat, June, Emil, George, and Noble 6. But the thing is with Noble 6 is that it is you. He is fully customizable, and you get to add your own personal touch to your character, unlike the other Halo games, where play as Master Chief. This small feature makes you feel a lot more involved in the game, and it makes the game connect with you on more of a personal level, which leads to my next point. Why is Halo Reach so replayable? I first played Halo Reach when I was just 6 years old. I remember playing it on my dad's old Xbox 360. I don't remember being good at the game, but I do remember the story and the first time I completed it. The stories mixed with the unforgettable soundtrack, mixed with all the different characters that you get introduced to throughout the game, makes it feel a lot more homely, you could say. But the question still stands, why is Halo Reach so replayable? Well, in my opinion, the game holds up to games that are created now, and that is because of the nostalgia factor. Every time I decide to start a playthrough of the campaign, it always just brings me back to when I was a little kid playing on the Xbox 360 again, and that's why I love the game so much. What techniques does Halo Reach use to make players feel more emotionally involved? Well, number 1 has to be its storyline. The entire game is framed around the fall of Planet Reach. Players know from the beginning that survival is highly unlikely, which creates a constant sense of tension and impending loss. The fate of the characters is sealed, but how they fall one by one creates a lasting emotional impact on the player. Number 2 is the attachment to Noble Team the game gives you. The game introduces Noble Team, a group of Spartan soldiers with distinct personalities and backgrounds. As each member dies over the course of the game, players experience a growing sense of loss. These sacrifices feel personal, especially because the team bonds throughout all of the game's missions. Number 3 is that you play as a silent protagonist. Players take on the role as Noble 6, a largely silent character, which allows them to project themselves onto the role. This strengthens emotional immersion and makes the ending more impactful as your sacrifice becomes part of the story. Number 4 is its heroic but hopeless tone. The tone of Halo Reach is heroic but tragic. Missions often involve delaying the inevitable, buying time for others to escape or survive. This sense of fighting a losing battle evokes emotions like pride, sorrow, and helplessness. Number 5 is its cinematic presentation and the music. The use of cinematic cutscenes and haunting musicals enhances emotional scenes, particularly during key character deaths and the final mission. The soundtrack reinforces themes of sacrifice and honor. And then lastly, the final mission, or Lone Wolf. The game's epilogue is powerful. You fight alone with only one objective, which is to survive. There's no objective to complete, just hold out as long as you can. It's a symbolic ending, underscoring the themes of selfless sacrifice and giving players a chance to leave their mark. Which is why the ending cutscene is such a perfect ending. All of the Noble Team didn't know if their sacrifices was going to help out in the end, but each and every single one of them had faith that their sacrifice was going to help humanity in their final moments.
It didn't take long for Reach to fall. Our enemy was ruthless, efficient, but they weren't nearly fast enough. For you had already passed the torch, and because of you, we found Halo, unlocked its secrets, shattered our enemy's resolve. Our victory, your victory, was so close. I wish you could have lived to see it. But you belong to Reach. Your body, your armor, all burned and turned to glass. Everything. Except your courage. That you gave to us. And with it, we can rebuild.
Halo Reach is coming up on its 15-year anniversary. I first played the game in 2012. Reach was the first ever FPS shooter game that I had ever played, and for that reason it's always going to hold a special place in my heart no matter how old I get or how many different games I play. Whenever I play Reach, I just get this deep sense of nostalgia that I can't shake, and to me, that's what a perfect game is.